Laurie Russell, this is our first Wisecast for some time. The last one I think was just at the beginning of the summer. People are asking questions. What's new?
Well, it's the first Wisecast since the beginning of the summer. It's been the summer holidays. But the Wisecast should not be the only way that people get information. The leadership team meets every 2 weeks and has been meeting every 2 weeks throughout the summer. And that's meant to cascade information out through your own team meetings. But I'm conscious that one or two people tell me they don't have regular team meetings. So if you don't have team meetings, please let me know, because it should happen that way.
All right, so people should be having team meetings and you want to know if they're not. But what about new staff, new contracts that we've won?
Yeah, there's been a lot happening over the summer. Fair bit of good news. We've won several contracts. Firstly, we're delighted to have won a contract with Glasgow Works. It's called the Glasgow Mentoring Service. We've got 16 staff that transferred over to us from the local regeneration agencies, and I'm delighted to welcome them to the Wise Group. Secondly, we won a contract to run a growth fund for the third sector. We're calling it the Enterprise Growth Fund. There's been a bit of publicity about that people might have seen. And we've got a team of our staff, of 5 of our staff, running that. In fact, the deadline is this afternoon, and we're expecting close to 500 bids for that fund from around Scotland. Thirdly, we picked up smallish bits of subcontracting on the work programme with Working Links in Glasgow and with Avanta in Redcar in the northeast of England. So we've got a couple of teams working on that. We're very confident that we'll have an involvement with Community Jobs Scotland, which is a Scottish Government project, and we'll know about that later this week.
Okay, that's good news about what we've actually got. Is there other stuff in the pipeline?
Quite a lot in the pipeline as well, actually. There's a big bid gone in the northeast of England for a project with worklessness families. We've been putting that together over the summer in partnership with a number of organisations in the northeast. We've got on to the shortlist for various local authority projects in Lanarkshire and Ayrshire. And we just found out today, actually, that we've got shortlisted for the Department of Work and Pensions Innovation Fund in Scotland, which is 2 projects, a Green Jobs Skills Academy and a project in North Ayrshire for working with young people. So there's a fair amount of work in the pipeline that we'll find out about quite soon.
Of course, there are still questions. People are saying, what about the future of the Wise Group? Are we going to get through these troubled times? What's the big picture?
Well, that's right. All these projects in total don't make up the scale of the work programme, and we know that. In fact, just over the summer, we've managed to retain 51 staff who are now in permanent posts with the new contracts and with other work that we've got. So that's been very positive as well. But the big thing for us, I think, is talking to the Scottish Government, which we've been doing all summer. And I've probably spent more time this summer talking to politicians than anybody else. I've got another meeting with the Minister next week, and we've got 3 big projects that we're talking to the Scottish Government about. Firstly, the continuation of the Routes Out of Prison project, so a criminal justice project. Secondly, a project around the green jobs issue and renewable energy. And thirdly, a follow-on to what the Scottish Government will be doing with young people who are out of work. So we've got 3 big ideas that we are talking to the Scottish Government about running Scotland-wide projects.
That meetings with John Swinney, the Finance Secretary.
Got a meeting with John Swinney next week. I had a meeting with him about 3 weeks ago. He was very positive about the things I've just mentioned, and this is a follow-up meeting.
Okay, there's one ugly rumour. You're packing it in.
Well, I don't know where that came from, but that's not the case. I think that's because I had a birthday recently and I now qualify for a bus pass. So I can assure the Wise Group that I'm saving money by travelling by bus as soon as I get my bus pass through in the post. No, I'm not leaving the Wise Group. I love the Wise Group and I'm certainly no plans to leave.
Laurie Russell, thank you.